I'm here with Special Agent Rod from the CIA. And we're talking about Murray Valley Dwellingup this time.
Right. So yeah, look, people have, or lots of people I'm sure have been down there and ridden the new trails. Most people love them. There's around 30 kilometres of new trail in Murray Valley now, and another 20 k's to be added and town trails, which will be right adjacent to Dwellingup. So you'll be able to park at the new trail centre and ride straight onto the trails.
Yep.
And also a linking trail all the way up to Murray Valley.
So are you saying of the trails there, if we've got 30, there's another 20 to come, we're kind of 60% into the complete build?
That's right, yeah, and then we're working closely with the Shire of Murray, who are looking at trying to source more funds for what's called the Dwellingup Gap project, which is to get the trail inventory up to around 80 kilometres.
Right.
And so that'll see us upgrading all the trails, Marrinup, Turner Hill and a bunch of other stuff. We will do some work on those now, but yeah, and I'm pretty confident that'll happen over the next couple of years, that we'll see that inventory of really good high quality trails in Dwellingup up to around 80 kilometres.
Yeah, and you're correct, they've got a stunning new trail centre in the middle of town. They've got a great pump track and skate park in the middle of town, and certainly it's been a smash hit.
Yeah.
If you haven't been to Murray Valley Dwellingup in the last 6 months, you're really missing out.
Absolutely, yeah, and the new cafe and bike shop there, which is being run, it's called Waypoints, being run by Dwellingup Adventures.
Oh, didn't even know that.
Yep, so they've got a cafe in the end and a bike shop, outdoor gear all in there now. They opened last Friday, I think.
Really? Oh, I'll have to go down and check it out. And there's a bunch of different styles of trails, perhaps reflected by different contractors being brought in to build them. There's certainly ones that are more jump focused.
Yep.
And I was looking at the signs, and they did seem to remind me of signage elsewhere in Australia, but you were saying there was a WA designer for these signs?
That's right, yeah, we had a local guy from Mandurah who we gave the brief to create the trail symbols or motifs, and yeah, he came up with them. We hadn't shown him anything else, and yeah, people have said they look a bit like the World Trail style, but yeah, that's what he came up with independently. Everyone seems to like them. They look good on a t-shirt, so yeah, that's good.
Well, maybe imitation's a sincerest form of flattery. They certainly look good, and for someone like myself who seems to struggle reading signs, they seem to be pretty easy to follow. So okay, the less time I spend trying to figure out what a sign says, the better. Yeah. So that's great. And there's different styles. I certainly know that trails like Enzamia have been really popular.
Yeah.
And Enzamia, I was writing it, and it kind of reminded me why in our guidebook we have skull ratings. Yeah, a trail can be a green trail, but it can also be, a trail that's dangerous. I mean, Enzamia is a seriously fast trail, yeah, and you're seriously close to trees and things like grass trees. So you need to kind of calm the farm. Watch the slippery stuff. It is quite interesting. It's quite slippery at the top Dwellingup, but it's quite grippy down the bottom. Yeah. Where other trails like Blue Marin, I actually find it's got some really interesting stuff and some natural stuff which I absolutely love. So I'm hoping there's some more of that stuff.
Yeah, look, I think what we're seeing is there's a bit of something for everyone.
Yes.
And everyone well, not everyone, but lots of people like a different style of trail.
Yep.
And not every trail is going to suit every rider. So someone likes big open trails, others are going to like the tight technical stuff.
Yeah.
Look, one of the things we are trying to do with all of our trails is to link the names and the stories behind the names back to the nature and culture of the area.
I like that.
And what we want to do, I guess, is, I see mountain biking as a great opportunity to build the next generation who care about parks.
Yes.
And there's lots of young people and families, and getting them outdoors and onto trails is really seriously good for health, mental health, but also creating that connection with nature. And there's so much research that shows that connection with nature is really good for all parts of your life. So yeah, I just encourage people that when you're out riding, have a great time riding, but also take in the place that you're in and learn a little bit more about it, because it's some pretty special places we're building trails.
What's going to come is more of the same, or is there going to be a wider variety of trails?
Look, yeah, there'll be a variety of stuff. So, you know, we listen to what people are telling us, but we also look at what people are using. So we have counters on all the trails, and that gives us a very good idea of the popularity of different trails. And while we try and cater for everyone, if there are trails that aren't getting used, that's a big investment for a few people.
Yes.
So, you know, there'll be stuff to suit the majority, I guess, and a little bit of something for everyone.
Great. All right, I look forward to riding these new trails and checking out the bike shop in Dwellingup.
Great.